I have this idea for a design that includes a particular animal but slightly modified. Coincidentally, this is the perfect example of how custom brushes can help you, so I'll show you how to make a zipper brush of your own, or a chain brush, or the likes. Well, hello there, I'm Detroit. I'm a visual artist and today I want to bring you my new cool idea. Hear me out. Zipper frog. It's a frog with zippers. What do you think? I can offer 10% for 10 million and a subscribe. No, but seriously, this idea is a fun one. I haven't drawn a frog in like ages, and now that I think about it, I haven't drawn a TUWP in a long time either. TUWP obviously stands for two unrelated word prompts, such as zipper and frog, or shrimp and woman, or parakeet and plane, zombie and paltry. From the examples I just gave, you might notice that there are a lot of animals in this prompt. I just noticed too. I think it's because no matter what other word you use, animals are both recognizable and giving you a lot of leeway to make cool modifications. Like zipper frog, it's more recognizable with a frog than it would be with, say, zipper toaster. And a frog offers a myriad of possibilities as to how to include zippers. For a toaster, the possibilities are more restrained. Now, why zipper frog? I'm not sure. The idea just popped out in my brain. I can't think of any conscious inspiration. Maybe I was unconsciously inspired by Naruto, my favorite manga. There are a lot of toads in that manga that are used as containers. Toads holding scrolls, or even Naruto's purse that is in the shape of a toad. A zipper frog is just a distant cousin or something. Anyway, let's talk about the process a little bit. My reference for this whole drawing is just one image I found on Google. This one. The whole time I was drawing, I was referencing this one picture for the sketch, but also the colors near the end. The shape of the frog is very clear. It's a very recognizable silhouette. During the sketching phase, I changed some parts a little bit, making the head slightly bigger, with bigger eyes to make it more comic-like. I also simplified the hands and feet a bit, but the picture remains more or less the same. It just looks better slightly simplified, I think. Sometimes you have drawings that look more like the thing they represent than the real picture reference. Frogs are always represented with larger eyes than they actually have, so it looks more like a frog if I do the same in my drawing. It's hard to explain, but I hope you understand. Let's talk about the zipper now, and I will teach you how to make a brush like this one. From the moment my brain landed on zipper frog, I knew I wanted a lot of zippers. I also knew there was no way I could draw all the tiny teeth on the zipper and make a good job out of them. There is simply no way I can draw hundreds of teeth and have them look the same all along, so I decided to take a major shortcut. And this came at a price. You can obviously notice the zippers are a whole lot thinner than the rest in terms of line art. They look like a Photoshop brush and not something drawn by hand, but honestly I don't think it's that bad. Like, sure, they contrast a lot with the rest, but is it worth the couple of hours I saved by doing that? Yes, absolutely. So how do you go about making a custom brush like this one? It's time for Detroit's technical interlude. Now, bear with me, my interface is in French, but it will not change the process at all. First off, draw the motif you want to be repeated. You can also select it from an image. Use the selection tool to select the shapes you want, as close to the edges as possible. For a zipper, you need to select both the top and the bottom teeth. For a chain, you need two links, one in each direction. Note that the motif will be repeated in the brush, starting right where your selection begins and ends. Now that you have it selected, go to Edit, then Define Brush Preset. Right after that, go to your brush settings. First, let's go to Shape Dynamics. Just under the Angle Jitter slider, change the control to Direction. This will ensure your brush will orient the motif depending on the direction of the stylus. Then go back to Brush Tip Shape. Using the small preview window at the bottom, adjust the spacing until the motifs are aligned and look like a proper zipper. And then save the brush, including the presets. And there you have it. For my purpose with this drawing, I ended up making two brushes, one with the closed zipper and one that is only half of it to draw the open zipper. Obviously, you can also use the exact same process to create a chain or all sorts of cool brushes like this one. As I said before, there are a couple caveats while using a custom brush like this, and they should be taken into account. It saves a lot of time, sure, but it can also make your drawing look too artificial. With one look at my frog, you can see that the zipper looks a bit too perfect, too regular when compared to the rest of my line art. The zipper is also way too thin for it. Again, I don't mind this in my own drawing. Something else I decided I wouldn't bother myself with is perspective and inclination. Here, the zipper looks the same no matter where it is, as if it is seen from up top. But obviously the zipper on the back of the frog should in theory be slanted due to being in perspective. I don't want to deal with that because I'm lazy, but if you're making art for a client, for example, this screams laziness and it's not good. So the conclusion is to use custom brushes like this sparingly. For my case, it's fine. I still love the design, especially with the colors. I made the coloring rather simple and vibrant on purpose because it's not the main aspect of this drawing and I didn't want to fully paint it. I imagined this frog being more like a prop design than an illustration. Like, I could definitely see this on a t-shirt or an enamel pen. You also have this element of mystery that attracts the eye for a little while, the thing hidden inside the frog. As far as I'm concerned, it's a bit of storytelling that gives this drawing an additional dimension. Now, let's make it even more dramatic by adding a very dark background around the frog. For contrast's sake, a quick tip I can give you is to invert the color of your line art where it clashes with the background. In other words, where the background is black, make your line art white. This way the shapes remain clear. Finally, I decided to write zipper frog because it complements the drawing, I think. I stylized the O with the dots, the umlauts, again just because I think it looks cool. And there it is, the zipper frog in all its glory. I hope you learned something today, how to make a custom brush. It's quite simple, isn't it? If you enjoyed this drawing process, be sure to click the like button and maybe even leave a comment. Subscribe for all kinds of art every week, tutorials, concepts, stories and more. I'm Detroit, this is where to find me, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye!